Hey guys, so today was moving day. We got the Bantam T35 moved home this afternoon, and this morning this 15B. So let's go take a look at them, and I can talk a little bit about how it went today. All right, so there is a video of me starting this up after it's been sitting for, I don't know, 12, maybe 15 years, not sure. Initially, I had problems with the governor being frozen and the fuel lines from the fuel tank being plugged. And there was a bunch of crap here. Fuel would not flow through the shutoff valve. So there were a bunch of issues here. Well, I brought the tank home. I cleaned the tank out. I cleaned all this. Got it going again. So that would flow fuel. And then I came today and doing my checks before I fire the engine up. I checked oil on the diesel side and then checked the oil in the pony, and it was overfull, smelled like gas. Now, last time I shut the shutoffs off and I thought I was okay, but apparently not. So I drained the oil out of the pony, then I opened these valves on either cylinder, make sure there's nothing sitting in there. This side was all right, the other side had gas in it. So put fresh oil in it, and then came over and we tried to start it, and it would barely run at an idle with full choke. We couldn't get any speed out of it, so it's not getting fuel. So lines are probably, some of the crud broke free or something happened, carburetor needle stuck. So what we ended up doing is spraying starting fluid into the intake, and I was able to get it to run long enough to start the diesel side. And I was having a couple issues with the starter too, but yeah, could have been a bad battery connection also, not sure. Didn't really spend too much time on it. I just spun the crank a little bit by hand and the starter worked. So got to replace the belts, crank seal's leaking, that's why all this oil's here. As far as the diesel side of it, I did notice a little oil leaking out of the head gasket here, so we'll have to take a look at that. And then got up on the trailer, no problem, climbed right up there. I was actually surprised how easily it loaded. And then my second issue was I couldn't get the boom to lower. So this all worked before when I checked it out a month prior to make sure everything was ready. And I had the boom hoist going up and down, and I didn't do anything last time. So I wasn't sure what the issue was initially. Now I did notice that the lever, which is controlled by this is frozen. So down here, shouldn't be too bad to free up right here. And over there, that's for the pawl for the boom hoist. Just gotta heat that up probably a little bit and oil it. Well, it's unhooked, and what they have is a bungee cord holding the pawl in. Well, I didn't notice that until this morning. So what I did was I unhooked the bungee cord, I let it fall down, and then lowered the boom, and then went back over, hooked the bungee cord up, and I pulled the boom up a little bit to rest on the pawl. But same thing, unloading it, we had to start it with starting fluid. I have no bucket trip lever, missing that. This lever was bent pretty good, but we heated up with a torch to straighten it out because I couldn't sit in the seat and pull back on the dipper, suck the dipper and rehaul. You know, normal stuff. You take all the panels off that are loose when you transport it so they don't blow away. Don't forget the roof panel. Two of the machines now, I've noticed that the hinges are rotted off and it's just sitting up there. I do have the other window frames, but the one is damaged, but I should be able to remake it. What else? What do we got? Went over this in one of the previous videos. We need some teeth. And the end of the stick has got some wear to it. And then, I don't know. I thought there was something else cobbled on here. Oh, that spring's not supposed to be on there. I don't know, but go through it, figure it all out. There's a little bit of wear in there. Maybe I'll make a new pin for this, like I did on the Inslee. If you haven't seen that, check out the Inslee video. I made all new pins and bushings for the bucket, new bushings in the shipper shaft. Good point over there at the machine, actually. This was all rebuilt. So that's how the first machine went. And then this machine Debbie has claimed this one as hers. It had a building fall on it, that's why the sheet metal's all banged up, but the inside's pretty nice on it. Climb up here. It's a Leroy 4-cylinder. Really simple setup in here. It's quite nice. I'm gonna see if I can push the cab out in the meantime. It's pretty rough. The engines both turn over. This cab's annihilated. Date 4/54. Crane carrier. Here's your air conditioning. Four-wheel drive. chaining it down. I never looked under it, it really didn't matter to me, but we're missing a shackle. That guy is supposed to be over here also, but it's not. And I think the springs are a little tired anyway, as we're just about sitting on the frame over there. This engine does turn over because we were pushing it in gear because there wasn't any brakes. Oil looks good in it. So we're gonna do a will it start on that and a will it start on that. Fuel tank, not diesel. So we've got a hoe and a shovel for this, sitting over out of the way. Oh, so at least I got them moved. We've got a few other machines to get home. And I'm looking at another one. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be, but I am. When they're close to home, it's hard to say no, especially if it's something that's not common. But this one should be a pretty easy one to redo and put back to work. All the sheet metal is real nice on this. Even all the badging still on this. I think there was a sign over here in the cab. It's in the front of the cab here. Excuse me. Here's the serial number again for you guys that want to see. I think this high and low is frozen also. Oh, there's one somewhere here. Here it is. I thought this was cool. Sold and serviced by Cleveland Brothers Equipment. So for you guys that are from the area, Cleveland Brothers is our cat dealer. So as you guys know, I think Caterpillar bought out Bucyrus Erie. Sheet metal's a little bulged out right here. But for the most part, this is a straight machine with no rot. Quite a bit of pitting though. There's another set of levers here. Maybe I'll cut one of these and turn these into the dipper trip. I think a good cleanup and service take care of all these engine leaks and minor issues. Drain all the oil out and flush it. Put some pins in that maybe. See, I might need to take these off for another machine temporarily. Words. Pretty cool.